Turkish Revolution in Chinese Palace. Although the Eastern Göktürk state had great success in the past, famine was at the door and the state began to weaken with the political games of China. One day during a campaign, Göktürk Khan was captured by China. This captivity caused the disintegration of this state, and the Turks were now under China's rule. The Chinese acted wisely and preferred to use Turks rather than destroy them. They want to assimilate the Turks and to take advantage of their warrior characteristics. For this reason, the Göktürk dynasty began to occupy high positions in the Chinese palace or in the Chinese army. Kürşat's name is mentioned as SHUAI in Chinese sources. Turkish writer Hüseyin Nihalatsız used the name Kürşat. This name is formed by the combination of the titles of Bilge Khan and Kültigin. Thereupon, Kürşat started to work in the Chinese palace. Kürşat was extremely handsome according to sources. His handsomeness was famous among Chinese women. As the years passed, the number of Turks in the palaces and cities was increasing. Kürşat was getting older. He was extremely uncomfortable with being under the rule of China and was the leader of the Turks in the palace. Kürşat started to gather the Göktürk lords around him. These gentlemen were extremely skilled warriors and knowledgeable. Now, it was time to do something. It was his custom for Chinese Prince Li Ji to go out for a walk outside his palace every night. This situation brought an idea to the mind of Kürşat. When the Chinese prince went out again one night, he would kidnap him and use his son to blackmail the Chinese king and exchange him with the Turks captured in China. Göktürk Khan would sit on the throne again and the Turks would be independent. This plan was a very difficult plan to implement because it would be not easy to get past the Chinese soldiers, who were so numerous, and kidnap the prince. Despite this, Kürşat and 40 soldiers began to wait for the day of operation. And when the day came, they lay in wait and wait for the prince. But then something unexpected happened. Suddenly dark clouds descended and a terrible storm began. Immediately after a terrible rain, the Chinese prince naturally gave up walking in this weather. This storm had ruined all of Kürşat's plans, but 41 soldiers were not willing to give up, and they said, either independence or death. Drenched in the rain, they began to race towards the Chinese palace. Neither rain from the sky nor angry lightning could stop them. There were 4 troops guarding the Chinese palace. Kürşat and his 40 soldiers responded tremendously against the first unit and succeeded in breaking the unit. Then they attacked the second unit and defeated them too. The soldiers, who did not slow down, quickly attacked the 4th unit after destroying the 3rd unit. This last unit was more numerous and powerful. Although they put up a good fight against the unit, it was not possible for them to win, so they had to retreat. On the direction of their retreat was their homeland, the city of Ötüken. But on the road to Ötüken, there was a driver way. Heavy rain flooded the river. Kürşat and his soldiers saw that it was not possible to cross, so there was only one option left: to fight to the death. Kürşat and his soldiers fought very skillfully and died one by one for their freedom against the crowded Chinese troops. This attack of Kürşat inspired all Turks and lit the fire of independence in the hearts of each of them. Realizing the danger of the situation, the Chinese rulers gathered and sent the Turks back. Later on, the Turks would regain their fully independent state. It's raining. you are fighting by the river. The nation is saved. Your name will not be forgotten. From west to east, your name will be in the hearts.